Hi, I just wanted to come on and see if I can be a bit motivational this afternoon, based on something I've read on social media in the last couple of days. So, a good friend of mine put this quote on, and I'll read it to you. It's from Mums Behaving Badly, and it says, "There is an entire generation of women who are drowning because they were raised with traditional gender roles while being empowered to be independent. These women still take on the majority of house duties while simultaneously killing it in the workplace. They're tired." Now, I've been thinking about this and I wanted to put a more positive and mindful spin on it. So, what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is about looking at how you live your life, your patterns of behaviour, whether things you do suit you or don't suit you, how you interact with others, and much more. It's about being mindful. So, I'm going to apply a bit of mindfulness to this statement and I'm going to ask a couple of questions. Question number one is, how much of this statement needs to be true and how much of it is us acting out on autopilot? Who's going to thank you when you do ultimately hit burnout and say, "Oh, great, you've done a good job, thank you"? Who are you living your life for? Are you living it for yourself, for your friends, for your family, for everybody, or are you living for everybody else and not having any time left for yourself? Because that is the key to unhappiness and depression. So, I totally agree that women still have to work harder in the workplace to prove themselves nowadays. And there you are, 2023, here we are. That statement didn't even mention raising children, and that's another whole different ballgame. So no wonder we're getting ourselves knackered. But so, one of the topics we've looked at recently is boundaries, and boundaries is how you let people treat you and what you will allow, what behaviours you will allow. So, allowing yourself to get burnt out and being treated like a skivvy, surely there needs to be a boundary in place here, doesn't there? So what could we do? What sort of practical things could we do? Well, let's just say you've got into that pattern like we've all done. It's dinner time and you've got 3 fussy people in the house and there you are after work cooking 3 different dinners. That's where a boundary needs to be put in place. How about being positive, getting the kids to help cook dinner? So even little kids love cooking. It's teaching them a life skill, and studies have shown that they're far less likely to be fussy and try more foods if they've been involved in preparing it. So that's taken away you trying to please everybody all the time. What about chores and delegating? So how many times, and I've been guilty of this, have we given a task to somebody else, a friend, a work colleague or our other halves, and said, "Can you do that?" And they've not done it the way you want it, or they've forgotten something, and you just think, "Oh, do you know what? It's just easier if I do it myself." And then we end up doing everything. So here's another little thing. What about when that person does that chore for you and they come back to you and you say, "Thanks for doing that. That's absolutely brilliant. Next time, do you think you could just remember?" And let them do it again, and don't fall into the trap of trying to please everybody, do everything. There's a bit of mindfulness. I could go on at great length about this, but I want to just say that, you know, this is inspiring, this is getting people to think about different habits. And if you're interested in our mindfulness or meditation, you know where we are. Come and join us. But hopefully I've inspired you today.